Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast, the hour-long live podcast covering all things Bethesda. And thank you for spending at least part of your Saturday right here with me. I am excited. I have a great guest today. I have Timmer with me. Y'all should know him from the chat. He is a great and faithful follower of the KingCast, and he is making his YouTube face debut. I love to use that term. Timmer, how's it going, bud?
Hey, King. How are you doing?
I am doing great. Y'all let me know if you can see and hear him well. I don't want to have any problems like we had last time with the Arcane Realm. So let me know real quick if y'all can see and hear him. I'm going to have him introduce himself and talk about the work that he does in gaming, because I think he does a fabulous job. And while y'all are letting me know if y'all can see and hear him, right at the top of the live chat is his Twitter link. So please follow him sometime during the cast. Go over to Twitter and follow him. If you don't, you will get great gaming info, not just Bethesda info. He puts out all kinds of stuff, and I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about himself right now. Timber, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you do in gaming.
Well, I've been on Twitter for 10 years now, exactly. I've been doing Twitter stuff since 2016. One of my first interactions was actually from Daniel Ahmed, if you know him. Okay. He followed me on Twitter back then and that's pretty much how I started my thing. I don't know, I live in Latvia. It's alright, I guess. But compared to the US, it's nothing really, so it can get boring, so that's why I decided, join the KingCast.
There you go. Well, Hey, I'm excited that you're here, and I'm going to talk up what you do a little bit more. Again, you put out some great gaming info. You dig into stuff and find out all kinds of cool info. Sometimes it may be little things about how much money ZeniMax makes. That's not a little thing, but and then some great things.
Budgets, copies sold, and so forth. Yeah.
Well, just recently you put out something about the Creation 2 engine and some stuff about Bethesda, and you did it right here on the KingCast, by the way. And because of that, the KingCast and you, we've been publicized and put in videos, and we're all over the place. So thank you for that. So with all that said, thank you for being here, and we've got so much to talk about today. In fact, I've got notebooks sitting all over my lap, so just because me and my lupus will forget about what all I want to talk about. But basically, we're going to try to split the podcast in half. We've got two things that I want to talk about today. Obviously, we are going to talk about the Xbox Bethesda Showcase, because that is tomorrow. So y'all get ready for tomorrow. It is going to be at noon Central, by the way. I don't know when it's Eastern time and all that. Y'all figure that out for yourself. It's noon my time, so that's all I need to know. Other than that, the other half of the podcast, we are going to talk about this Kotaku article about Fallout 76 and the toxic work environment, or the nightmare development time, all that stuff. We're going to break that down, not only what the article said, but some other stuff that we found out. Yes. Some stuff that Timber knows, some stuff that I know. We're going to shove it all together and see what we can come up with. So there's a lot to talk about today. So we've got leaks, we've got news, we've got info. Y'all stick around until the very end. I promise you will be very happy. Hello, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all be sure and comment, question, and say your questions multiple times, and I'll try to get to them. One Wall Comedy, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. $5 super chat. Actually, it's a super sticker. Thank you. I don't have mean muscles, but thank you for that. Excited for the showcase. I am too, absolutely. Wolford says people shouldn't be toxic. If you don't like the game, don't play. I agree, absolutely, 100%. But the toxic part about Fallout 76 that the title is talking about was actually in the development of the game. not only before the launch, but after the launch. That's what the Kotaku article was talking about. Before we jump into any of the info, do you got anything you want to start off this conversation about, Timmer, about the Kotaku article?
Not really, King.
Well,
I'll let you do the talking.
Okay, so. I want to preface it by this. We need to say this right off the bat. The article was written based on 10 former employees of Bethesda. Now, that has been confirmed. They are former employees. And you say, well, how do we know it's not made up stuff? How do we know it's not just sour grapes? Granted, it could be sour grapes, but we do know it's not made up stuff because we do have confirmed emails, and I even made sure on these confirmed emails there are emails from the employees to the ZeniMax QA department on all of these problems. So this is something that was going on internally. A lot of these problems were talked about. Now, some of them may be a little nitpicky, I would agree, but some of them, obviously, I think might be an issue. The reason I do think there is an issue is this, and I probably wouldn't give it any time at all if we hadn't just had a mass exodus of employees from Bethesda. So that, I mean, that's some evidence right there that something has gone on. Maybe this is it, maybe not. Let's look into it real quick and we'll talk about it together. Some of the things the article says, Timmer, I'm going to bring you in just a second. Again, okay. 10 former employees said it was a nightmare development when it came down to time of the game. Now, I'm not going to deal much with this because I think this happens with every game.
Yeah,
crunch time, 10-hour days, all that stuff. I think, you know, they could whine about that. But having their bathroom breaks timed and somebody following them to the bathroom, okay, that's a little intense. That's a little intense. But this is a quote that they said. The poor work conditions, not only before 76 was launched, but after 76, it says, prompted a mass exodus of senior devs and other staff, not only at Austin, but they said it destroyed people. It even affected their health. Now, this is what I have heard, and Timmer, I'll get your opinion on this. I heard there was actually some division between Austin and Maryland. In other words, there was kind of toxicity going on between the two studios, that Austin kind of felt like Maryland looked down on them because they were doing a live service game, basically. And we'll get into that for a minute. But, you know, for this article to come out right now, I understand it's
days before the showcase. Yeah.
Days before the showcase. Again, what do you think? Is this just sour grapes? Is it making a mountain out of a molehill? Or with all the people leaving, is there maybe something here?
I mean, it's possible, King. I mean, every game goes through development sometimes. Well, difficulties, I guess you could say, nowadays. It's worse in other places, not so much others. So we can add to this later, but as I understand, Elder Scrolls Online went through similar things, but that was a long time ago. So
right, and they righted the ship, which I believe Fallout 76.
Altman had confidence in them.
Yeah, which I believe Fallout 76 has done too.
Today.
Kane Gaming, Kane Valdir Gaming, thank you so much. $20 super chat. You are a superstar. And yes, you did make a video about it. By the way, if y'all want to get Kane's take on this whole situation, he just put out a video on it today, I believe. I watched it today. In fact, Kane, I did earlier today. So y'all go check Kane's video out. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that so very much. You do look, though... Chris Meyer left. I really, really respected Chris Meyer. Met him several times. Great guy. Jeff Garner left. I like Jeff. I met him several times. Of course, Jeff was the lead developer. And that still just seems hinky to me that he left and Bethesda didn't say anything about it, okay? That there's still something weird there about it, and I think we may be getting to the core of what's going on here. I really do. I don't know if we want to fully get into it today, but from what me and you have talked about off podcast and what me and you found out, I think we're getting into what some of the problems are with this. But let's be nice and say this. Bethesda was not prepared to do a live service game, and it put a lot of pressure on the Austin studio. I mean, can we say that for sure? They didn't know what they were getting into. Jeff Garner had a lot of talent, but he had never done a live service game. He'd been working at Bethesda since 2008. Is that what you said? Since Fallout 3?
Yes.
But nothing had prepared him for live service. Live service is a different animal.
Different area at all.
Yeah. So, well. An absolute different animal. Some of the employees also in this letter, I believe it was in this letter, I've looked at so many things, talked to so many people. Me and you've talked, so I've got so many things going through my head, but some are by the Maryland people, by the...
Yeah, like second-class citizens, basically.
Yeah. Hold on, the internet's having trouble. There you go. Yeah, again, which kind of led to some of the toxic or the low morale, let's say. You know, if you're not listened to, it's gonna lead to low morale. Again, so it kind of built in that feeling of there's a divide between multiplayer games and single player games.
I actually can add to this, King, if you let me.
Yes, please, absolutely.
One of the former employees at Bethesda basically replied to me, yes, the leadership hated the idea of multiplayer games, but I'm not sure what convinced them, really. I mean, may have been Altman, may have been Providence, I'm not sure.
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. I don't know if I want to... I will mention this just because we all like to pick on Todd Howard a little bit. In that article, it talked about Todd, that he was supposed to be leading the whole thing, but they said he would seagull. Now, I love this. I love this term. Y'all know what seagulling means? To seagull means you just fly in every once in a while and crap all over it. He would just crap all over the ideas and then fly right back out. That's the way they felt, though, in Austin, that they would be working for a couple of weeks and they would have all these great ideas, and Todd would come in and say, no, that's stupid, and everything that they would done would be for nothing. So again, there was a lack of communication, and again, I'm not going to look to blame. It obviously fostered a very toxic work environment. And
yes.
So that's where we go to. Are there sour grapes here? Yes, I believe there's sour grapes here. But were there some reasons for sour grapes? Probably so. I think there was a bad working environment. Whose fault was it ultimately? Was it the pressures of the game? Was it because they weren't ready? I think there was a lot of reasons.
It's a mix of things,
probably. I do. I think it was. I think it was. Let me read some of these comments real quick. And by the way, let me just say, because Kane was talking about his video, and by the way, I did agree with a lot of what you was talking about, Kane. Some of the things that are in the letter, and I do need to point this out, some of the things in the letter are very nitpicky. We have to work 10-hour days. Every studio has to do that when it comes down to crunch time. We have to work overtime. Well, it's going to happen. Well, I can't give my report to the people I want to give my report to. All of those kind of gripes. But I think what it is, and I've seen this, I don't care if it's in a family, in a church, in a school, it doesn't matter. When problems start happening, people start looking for problems. And that's when you get nitpicky. You're not trying to fix the problems, you're trying to look for problems. And that's that's the toxic work environment we're talking about. When people are looking for troubles, you're going to find troubles. And that's what was going on, it appears, at Austin. And there's no way you can have a successful game. But the bottom line, and the thing I really want to point out, the bottom line, there was trouble through the development of this game, obviously. And it did cause a lot of people to leave, not just Austin, but it caused a lot of people to leave Maryland as well. Timmer, do you want to add to that? Me and you were talking about this. I mean, these were senior people that left because of this situation, not just Austin, but Maryland. Go ahead.
Well, we don't know how many people left, but when ESO launched, they also had layoffs, literally 6 months after launch. So, and I think more people left there than here. But yes, it's all bad all around. So
yeah. Well, I can just name a few. You know, again, Chris Meyer, Jeff Garner.
Yes.
Nate Perkapile. I mean, these are some senior people. Sean Baptiste. I mean, you can just keep going down the list. Can it all go back to the toxic environment? It seems like everybody, was stressed and ready to get out of there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like they kind of said in the letter, they were, and I can understand this, by the way. I've had jobs before that it was like, once I left it was like, it's a relief. It's like, woo, I don't have to cry today. You know, I don't have to worry about that today. Okay, let me see some of these. But again, I think we can beat up on any one person or any one studio way too hard. I think what happened was problems started happening and it just started rolling downhill. They were under a time crunch and it just got worse and worse and worse. Okay, let's see. Jeremy says, hey, Jeremy, that was before Microsoft bought Bethesda. Yes, it was. We hope things are getting better now. Well, obviously, Austin is not really doing Fallout 76 now, so obviously. Rick Games Now said, I saw it on Twitter, and I don't know, being in the Army, we worked around the clock, especially on deployment, but that's the Army. It's different than civilian life. Yes, just like in a police department, which I worked for quite a while, almost 20 years. You say yes, sir, and you go on, or yes, ma'am, if it's a woman. One Wall Comedy says, I feel like Austin and Maryland have long had beef. I didn't know that, but yes, they do, obviously. Jeff Garner leaving was a big surprise to me. I think ZeniMax should have been given Fallout 76. They would have done very good with it. I wonder why they didn't get, and Timmer, maybe you can speak to this a little bit. Maybe they were too busy. I wonder why ZeniMax Online didn't work more with Fallout 76.
Well, they were involved in the game, but I'm not sure why they weren't given it. I have no inside knowledge, so.
That's another thing I wanted to mention, especially when it got down to crunch time on this game. They were pulling people from Arcane Studio. They were pulling people, of course, from Maryland. They were pulling people from id Software. But two of the games that they say were dramatically affected. Now, some people are going to be really upset by this, but it's really true. Two of the games that were really affected because of Fallout 76, and now we're talking about even after the launch of 76, to try to get 76 right, was Redfall and Starfield. So two games that have now been delayed, they literally were taking employees away from Arcane and Maryland to try to fix Fallout 76. So had 76 launched correctly, we might already be getting Starfield on time. So, or even earlier, who knows? Let's see. Where was I at? One Wall Comedy says sometimes it's hard how much I love 76, but it's poorly delivered and maintained. Kane says yes, very nitpicky. I'm trying to catch up. ZeniMax board was more worried about money, not morale. Jonas, hey Jonas, how's it going? In terms of the nitty-gritty details, we can't know what is sour grapes or not. Seems like there were issues for sure, though. Yes, there were, absolutely. I mean, I can tell you, Timmer can tell you, from everything we've dug into, I promise you there were issues. We're not telling you everything. I'm not going to tell you everything. There are issues, okay? I'm telling you in generalities, there were leadership problems, there were morale problems, and there were problems between the studios. I can tell you that. That's about where I'm going to leave it without getting into the nitty-gritty. Jonas says, but what seems clear to me is that the overall drive behind development was not stemming from the team's ambition, but the wishes of the shareholders before Microsoft buyout.
This isn't true, King.
Go ahead.
I can add to this.
Yeah, please.
The board at ZeniMax has zero day-to-day involvement, at least the people I've spoken to. The only people, quote unquote, who may have had involvement were the province equity executives, but even then it's unlikely. So.
I think what he may be talking about is them wanting to do a live service game in the first place, maybe.
Well, that's up to Altman, I think it was.
Yeah, that came from the top, I think is what he's saying.
Which was Altman.
Yeah, Altman. I will tell you this, one thing that I believe it was in the article. Again, I've got sources from all over the place, but several employees said that it seemed like for the whole 3 year. Yes, that's Timmer's face. It is Timmer's face, DeMarco, dude. How's it going? For 3 years, it seemed like there was no clear direction for the game. So that the development was kind of all over the place. That's another, again, failure in leadership, obviously. But Kane says people leaving is normal. I know why some left, but I don't think it was related to what was in that article. And yes, thank you so much for the super chat. DeMarco, dude, yes, Timmer's handsome, isn't he? Okay, very good. Okay.
It's late, King.
Yes, by the way, and he is looking that good. Very, very, very late. Kane, I will say this. I know some of them left because of that for sure. I can't know about all of them. Some... I can mention one. Chris Myers for sure left for that issue about the things that were going on inside. Now, some of the others, I don't know, but when you have that many leave at once, something's going on. I hope the nitty-gritty, the nitpicky stuff quits. Nobody can deal with the toxic work environment. It does not do good for the future of Bethesda, and that's probably why. And I think it's great leadership. Whoever took it over and whoever, maybe it's Microsoft, came to that decision. Maybe Todd Howard came to that decision and said, "Hey, if this studio can't get along right now, or we can't have a good attitude, let's give it to somebody else. Y'all work on something else for now." And that's what's happening at Austin. Austin seems to be working on something else after they finish the pit, and we have Double 11, and now the new one that's been helping them, that's taken over Fallout 76. So I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Okay, anything else you want to say about this? I don't want to just...
we can talk about this forever, King.
Yeah, I know it. I don't want to belabor this point, so let's go on to the Xbox Bethesda showcase. If y'all have questions, though, y'all can definitely talk. Again, I promise you, and I don't mean to be doing this to you, but there is a lot more information that I know I have from my sources, and I know Timmer has from his sources, and there's just no reason to get into some of the nitty-gritty that we know. And I just wouldn't, because some of it's personal. But it gets into the very reasons I'm talking about. So I've told you what I know. There you go. The Xbox Bethesda Showcase. Are you ready, Timmer? Are you excited?
Yes.
I am excited. I am super excited. Okay, it is tomorrow again at noon. Now, I want y'all to help me, and don't argue with me, but help me. Tomorrow's showcase. How long is tomorrow's showcase? Y'all tell me. It starts at noon. How long is it? Every article you read says it's been confirmed. It's 95 minutes. But I don't think that's true. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there is an extended showcase on June the 14th, which is actually going to be 90 to 95 minutes. And what they're going to do on the extended showcase is they're going to take the showcase from tomorrow, they're going to re-show it, and they're going to add to it. And it's going to be 95 minutes. I'm really thinking tomorrow's is going to be shorter it's going to be 30, 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It's going to be shorter, guys, than 95 minutes. If you're expecting 95 minutes tomorrow, you're probably going to be disappointed. What do you think, Timmer?
I guess possible, King.
Am I reading it wrong? I have looked and looked and looked and looked and looked, but I'm talking about the major places like all the major outlets are saying, yep, it's going to be 95 minutes, and I'm saying no. That says the extended one is 95. DeMarco Dude says, how do you not know? Bad YouTuber unsubscribing. I don't think anybody knows. That's just it. I do not think anybody knows. I think Tuesdays is going to be the 90 to 95 minutes, and I think tomorrow's is shorter. But hey, if we get a 95 one tomorrow and then a 90 to 95 one Tuesday, hey, I'm with it. But how can it be an extended one Tuesday if it's shorter than... Okay, y'all help me with this. And I see what Rick is putting. If tomorrow's is 95 and then Tuesday is only 90 to 95, how can Tuesday be in an extended version? See what I'm saying? So, anyway, we'll see. I hope it's 95 minutes. Okay. I hope it's 90 minutes. Okay. Todd Howard surprised everybody and gave us a Toddism when he said Starfield it just needs some finishing touches. Did that surprise you, Timmer?
Yeah, actually.
I thought they just delayed it because of problems.
Needed was it bug fixing?
Well, they didn't personally come out and say we've we've talked about the flying having problems. We've talked about bug fixing. We've talked about all kinds of things.
The engine being
You've talked about the engine, absolutely, and we can get into that if y'all want to. Todd hasn't said, Bethesda hasn't said. They just said they needed more time. But now he says it's just finishing touches. Okay, finishing touches. What does that mean? Well, we did get a little bit of a leak because the Microsoft Store actually posted that the game is coming out early 2023. So do you think I mean that's a pretty good leak when it comes to the Microsoft Store, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. I guess we might see March, maybe. I don't know, maybe May.
Well, and see, that's different than what they said. They had originally said the first half of the year. Now they're saying early. So exactly, I'm thinking March. I'm back to what Kane said. I think that 3/3/23 sounds really good. Although Maddie said something really cool the other day. He said 3/23/23. That's another cool date. You know, there's some cool dates in there. None of them are as good as 11/11. But hey, so what do you think? What do you think we're going to see in the showcase? You think we're going to see gameplay, extended gameplay?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Tom Henderson said recently, well, that was a few hours ago, we're going to see 20 minutes, 15 minutes of the game.
Yes, I'm right there with you. I put it about 15 minutes. I do believe we're going to get a full showing of Starfield. Yes. And I'm with Kane too. I was originally saying no, not on 3/3, but I like that 3/3. So I would love, and what I really would like to see, and do you think they're brave enough to tell us tomorrow
the release date?
Yes, the release date.
50-50.
Oh wow, that would even be better. Kane, thank you again. Kane says the extended showcase is in addition to the main showcase. Both are scheduled for roughly the same amount of time, but I believe the main showcase will go into overtime. Hey, that's great. Hey, if both of them are 90 to 95 minutes, I'm for it. And since you gave 20, I'm going to say you are right. And now you've given 40, so you are extra right, Kane. You are right. DeMarco Dude says release date and extended gameplay. I would love it. Absolutely. I do believe we're going to see gameplay, no doubt. No doubt. I think we will have some kind of trailer, too, with it. Whether it's a CGI trailer or some other kind of trailer. But I think we'll see some kind of trailer with it as well. Anything else you want to say about Starfield? We're going to circle back to Starfield if we have time, but there's so much to cover.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay. Jeremy said it's extended because there are more than one showcase, and they needed more time to show everything than they were allotted. Okay. Rick Game says, I have a question. Why are they having the extended showcase on Tuesday when Fallout 76 Season 9 drops on Tuesday? That's just weird. Yeah, why don't they do it on Monday? We're not doing anything on Monday. I agree with you, Rick. They need to coordinate these things. They need to coordinate. Hey, Andrew, what's going on? I agree 100%. All right, Machine Games, another one I'm super excited about. I have been calling this for weeks. I think you agree with me 100%. I think you've been agreeing with me. Wolfenstein 3, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes! DeMarco Dude is absolutely wrong. I watched your video. It was really good, but you were very wrong about this. Wolfenstein 3, we will get a trailer on Wolfenstein 3. I can't wait to hear more about it. Timmer showed a thing. I believe it was, they tweeted it anyway. I don't know
on
where
LinkedIn, yes.
It was LinkedIn. Okay, I thought they first put it out on LinkedIn, but it was from Machine Games, and this was their actual quote. They said, so excited for Sunday's showcase. Hope you all are ready for it. That was from Machine Games. So
directly, yes.
Yeah, so Machine Games is obviously excited to show something. Now, is it just Indiana Jones? Is it just Wolfenstein? Is it both? I think it's both.
I think it's both, yeah.
I think we will get some of both. Now, Indiana Jones, we've talked about it before here on the KingCast about when I think it's going to come out. I think it's going to be sometime around the movie, probably a little bit after the movie. The movie comes out next June, I believe. Yeah, next June. But I do think, so far we haven't even gotten, we got that little bitty trailer. They just zoomed past the desk is basically all we got. So I think we will get, I don't know if we'll get gameplay or anything like that from Indiana Jones, but I think we'll get another trailer. Okay?
Do you think the game is launching next year then?
Yes, I do think the game is launching next year. I don't think we'll get it this year. What do you think? I haven't heard. I mean, they've been super tight-lipped about it, if so.
Coincide with the movie, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's going to be sometime around the movie. Hey, Sarge, what's going on? Let's see what the lucky Xbox players are going to be feasting on. Whilst us Sony guys are stuck with button-bashing cinematic third-person games. DeMarco Dude is wrong. Of course he is. You can't believe it? Yes, he is. He's wrong. I got to find another channel to watch now. You're right here. You're here, Jonas. You found it. You have found it. Let's see. So people can watch while they upload the update. Yes. Sunday for Indiana Jones only. No, DeMarco Dude. Wolfenstein 3. Y'all have heard it right here. It is a KingFanMan guarantee, and Timmer backs me up on that. Did I miss all the Fallout talk? No, we're gonna talk more Fallout. In fact, we're about to talk some awesome Fallout right now. One Wall Comedy. Oh, thank you. That's a $50 super chat. I can eat this week now. Ah. Sadly, I must go. Keep up the good talk and tell your audience how amazing my show is. I will do it. Thank you, One Wall Comedy. His show is amazing. Thank you for the 50. You are amazing. I appreciate that so much. Kane agrees that it will launch near the movie, yes. Anything else about Machine Games, Timmer?
Nothing to add, really.
Okay. Here is Fallout for you, Keto. Fallout Remaster. Now, I have been burnt so many times calling for a Fallout Remaster. But I'm gonna quote y'all Maddie. Y'all know Mr. Maddie Plays. He says he can feel a Fallout Remaster in his bones. I saw Juicehead talking about it on Twitter as well, thinking that a Fallout remaster is very possible as well. I don't know of one. I haven't heard of one, but yes, I think one's very possible, either in the works or coming. But I wished I could tell you it's a guaranteed promise. I can't tell you that, but boy, I'd love to see one. With that,
maybe a Fallout 3 remaster, maybe.
Yeah, Fallout 3. I would say Fallout 3 would be the most likely, if not 3, a Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 is unlikely, I guess.
Yeah, Fallout 4 would be more unlikely. I do think, I've told y'all this before, I think a Fallout spinoff is actually in the works somewhere down the line. But I don't think they'll show us that unless they just tease us something about that. Let's see. Finally caught you live. Fallout 3 remake. What do you think? We're just talking about it. Yes. Fallout 3 remake, man. I can't wait to play Fallout 3 again. I can't wait for Liam Neeson to be my dad. I want him to be my dad. The remaster is every year. Yes, I know. I talk about it every year. There was a leak that came out about. You probably saw it. I think it was just. It was not right. It was not a legit leak, but it was something about a Fallout 1 remaster or a redo. Did you see that leak that came out not long ago? It was about a couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago, but I think it was made up one. Gizmo, what's going on, Gizmo? Fallout London has been kind of unofficially endorsed by Bethesda. Has it? I haven't heard that. Interesting. That's very cool. I saw the trailer on that. That's wonderful. Yes, I can't wait to see if we get the Fallout remaster. Now, Fallout TV show. What did me and you say about the Fallout TV show? Do you think we're going to get any more on it?
Maybe later this month, not now.
Yeah, I agree. They're not going to start filming the Fallout TV show until this month, the 26th of this month. And also, there's still another lead that they haven't filled. There's still the male lead that they haven't filled. There's going to be a main male, a main female, and a main ghoul. Well, they've got the ghoul and the female, but they don't have the main male. So I don't expect to see a trailer. I would love to. I mean, I hope behind the scenes they've already done that and they're waiting to announce it. Because if we got a trailer, we would actually figure out where it's going to be, whether it's New York or wherever it's going to be. But I don't expect it because they're not starting the filming until the end of this month. So, with that said, it's coming soon, but I just don't think it's at this showcase. Oh, the Mississippi Queen loves me. I love you too. Too. Let's see. Would love New Vegas, but it is the step shop. Hey, I would love a Fallout 3 Fallout New Vegas bundle. That would be great. Okay, let's go to Arcane Studios. Now, this one is... I'm excited for what I believe is coming from Arcane because I believe they've got two things they're going to for sure show. One thing that's in the works that I'm really excited for. But what do you think we're going to see from Redfall this year, Timmer?
Gameplay, maybe 10 minutes, I guess, at the showcase.
Yeah, I'm ready to see more of the gameplay. Go ahead.
It's unlikely, yeah.
What do you think about Redfall?
I mean, what is that beta leak about Redfall?
Yeah, I'm actually interested in this game. I kind of want to check it out. They're still talking about early 2023 for the game, aren't they?
Yeah.
So since they're still talking early 2023, we actually should get some pretty good gameplay. I really think, and I'm really interested in learning more about this game. I love Arcane Studios. I love the way they make games. So I can't wait to learn more about Redfall.
What?
I was going to say, remember some of these some of these, if we don't see what we want to see tomorrow, remember we've got the extended on Tuesday. Just remember that. Also, Deathloop. Now, I have an opinion on Deathloop, but I'm going to get your opinion first. What do you think they're going to do anything with Deathloop tomorrow?
Tomorrow, no, I don't think so.
That is the common opinion. I think DeMarco Dude said
we'll hear about it in September, maybe.
Okay, I think DeMarco Dude said the same thing. I think Maddie said the same thing. See, I believe I am just the opposite. I do not know this. I don't have an inside source. I just have a feeling because the exclusivity of Deathloop ends in September. Okay, I believe it would be a great time tomorrow to announce a big DLC launch for Xbox to come out in September. I don't know why you would wait for September for when it's going to come out to announce that. I think it would be great to do it tomorrow. So I hope we see that. Now here's one. One more. I don't think we'll see it tomorrow, but I do know they're probably working on it because they've been hiring on it. I've seen you post about this. Arcane is hiring for a new AAA game, probably Dishonored 3. Do you think that's what they're working on next?
Bench's sales, I think, mentioned something different in there.
What do you think? New IP? What do you think they've got up their sleeve?
New IP, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it's an IP.
Prey 2, maybe? Who knows? I mean,
that would be great.
Yeah. DeMarco Dude says, co-op Arcane looter shooter. I'll give it the old college try. Absolutely. 100%. Okay. I think me and you agree on this one as well. The Quake reboot. We've heard a lot about this. Quake revival. What do you think?
I think yes.
Yes, I agree. DeMarco Dude was wrong again. That's what the whole video is going to be. DeMarco Dude was wrong. DeMarco Dude, we're going to have a video on who was right and wrong on all these. Who got a better score. I think we'll get a trailer and then probably a full reveal at QuakeCon. I think that would be a...
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, it's been 2 years since Doom Eternal. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a quick trailer and then gameplay at QuakeCon. Wouldn't that make perfect sense?
Yes, it would.
Rick Games Now, great question. Me and Timmer was talking about that before the show. I'm going to let Timmer answer that. Do you think Bethesda will give a date or, and I'm going to add to his question, or an update on Elder Scrolls 6? Do you think we'll see anything from Elder Scrolls 6? Do you think we'll see a trailer? Do you think we'll hear anything about it?
50-50, King.
Really? Wow. You know what chance I give us to see or hear anything from Elder Scrolls? A 0.5% chance. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't even think there's a 0.5. I think there's a 0.05% chance of it happening. I don't think we'll hear. I would love to. I would love to hear about the Elder Scrolls.
It would definitely be a surprise, yeah.
It would be a surprise. It would shock me to my core to hear something about the Elder Scrolls, Rick. It really would. Kane says he doubts we see anything from Deathloop at this showcase. QuakeCon would be a good place to do it again. Yep, that's in August. So, Jonas says, is Timmer going on Maddie's podcast, or do we have to bribe the Duke some more? Are you?
I'd love to though, but hoping it's not as late as now. But
I guess you're gonna have to bribe a little bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, ZeniMax. Now, this one I'm going to give you full credit for. This is really, really cool. We broke this down on the KingCast probably about a month ago almost. It's been a while. But if y'all miss the KingCast, y'all miss a lot of news. This is really, really cool stuff. ZeniMax is actually working currently on 4 games at the moment. 4. Y'all count them. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games. That's crazy to me. Well, number one, obviously, is the Elder Scrolls Online. But I believe also we're going to see from another game that they're working on. And we'll talk about what it might be in just a minute. But they've been working on a game since 2016. Is that what you told me earlier?
Yes.
Wow. That's amazing. And all I've got in description is it's a new epic AAA game. Well, I don't know what it is. And you say, well, is it going to be a new MMO game? I don't know because the next one that they're working on that's actually in pre-production is an MMO. And I believe this is probably the Starfield MMO, or could be the Mandalorian, or who knows? Or maybe the other one's the Mandalorian. I don't know. I don't even know if they're working on the Mandalorian. Okay, don't run with that. This new epic game is crazy, but yes, if they've been working on it since 2016, y'all just do the math. It's ready. They're ready to show it. We're going to see a brand new game this year from ZeniMax Online Studios. That's crazy to me. And then, after the one that's in pre-production, which is the new MMO, that again is based on an IP, a current IP. That's why I say it's Starfield. I believe it is. The other one is another new IP that's going to have a new engine. So that's the 4 games that they are currently in line working on. That one they're not, it's like pre-production, but those are the ones that are lined up for ZeniMax Online Studio, and all of those have been confirmed. All of those have actually been confirmed by either ZeniMax's website or within paperwork or something.
Yeah.
And you've given me a lot of information on that. I appreciate that so much. Let me say again, and I apologize, I haven't said this by now. If you have not followed Timmer is my guest today. He digs into gaming, all kinds of gaming facts and cool stuff on gaming info. And he is on Twitter, and his Twitter link, or at least his Twitter username, is right there at the top of the live chat. If you do not follow him on Twitter, please do that. You will enjoy all the info you get from Timmer. And I hope your Twitter count goes way up after the King's Cast, because you give great information. I actually have all of your tweets tagged so that I make sure and I see them when you tweet. Jeremy says maybe ZeniMax Online has 4 studios with Microsoft money now. It wouldn't surprise me, but I misspoke a little bit. These are 4 games in the pipeline. One's pre-production, and then one's a little bit. It's not quite being worked on, but it's there. But it's 4 games in their future anyway. But I believe one game's ready. One game's Elder Scrolls Online. Then the live service game, then that new IP with the new engine.
They also have one other game, King. The former creative director on Commander Keen. Well, she still works at ZeniMax Online.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Whatever that game is, I guess might see it tomorrow.
That's true. And ZeniMax tends to help a lot of other studios too. They tend to reach out and help a lot of other studios. Do you have any idea what this 2016 game that they're probably going to show tomorrow is going to be? Any idea?
No.
Could this be the other Disney license we've been hearing about? Is that a possibility?
I guess.
Could it be the Mandalorian? Is that even a possibility? Should we even think that that's a possibility?
I'm not sure where that rumor came from, though.
See, it's a game. Evidently, I know Scholesy had the rumor. I believe he was one of the first ones to have the rumor.
Oh, he's the one.
And then it kind of got discounted, but then it's actually come back up that it actually is a game within Xbox. So we know the Mandalorian game is somewhere in the Xbox studios, but we just don't know if it's ZeniMax now, which is kind of funny. So anyway, so the Mandalorian is going to be a game. We just don't know if it's coming from ZeniMax. But it is coming from Xbox. Let's see. Rick says, "Can you repeat everything you said about Elder Scrolls 6? My wife called and I had to talk to her." I said I don't think we'll hear anything. Bottom line, I really don't. I would be shocked if we hear anything about the Elder Scrolls 6. I really do. Jonas says, "Wish they did a proper revival of Commander Keen." That's not a mobile game. Speaking of mobile games, by the way.
Yeah.
And this is, honestly, I don't look into this enough, so I'm probably going to turn this over to you. But I do see one mobile game for sure, possibly two mobile games being revealed at this showcase. Have no idea what they are, but what have you seen in your research?
I think it's one from Alpha Dog Games and the other from Zenimax Online, since ZOS does have mobile programmers or something like that.
Any ideas what they are at all? Or see, I have no clue.
No idea.
No, I don't either. So you're with me that there's a possibility of two then. Well, good.
Yeah, it's possible.
Hey, I'm glad I hit that. Now a couple of things we didn't hit. And we've hit a lot, but could be some surprises thrown at us. Bethesda loves to throw surprises. Remember, we didn't talk about the real-time strategy game that's been rumored that's out there. We really don't know who that might be coming from. Could that be the one coming from ZeniMax? I don't know.
We don't know.
Could it be, Roundhouse Studios? I don't know. So look for a couple of surprises that just kind of blow you away. Bethesda always does that, and I like that. I love the fact. What did I not throw out there in the Bethesda realm, Tim, or what did I not cover that you think might be a possibility tomorrow?
I'm not sure, King. I think we've covered everything.
I don't think we'll see anything from Tango. Ghostwires 2.
Unlikely.
New. Yeah. I do want to talk just for a minute since we've still got about 8 minutes
6
left.
Minutes,
Yep.
yes.
I do want to talk about Obsidian since I know there's a lot of fans here that are fans of Obsidian. I'm a fan of Obsidian. 3 games that I think we're going to possibly see. I'm going to say probably see. I'm going to again say that DeMarco Dude's wrong. I like saying that, I guess. I'm sorry, DeMarco Dude. First of all, Avowed. I do agree that with a lot of people, I think Avowed has a good possibility of actually coming out this year. Me and you haven't talked about this. What do you think? Do you think Avowed might actually come out this year?
No idea, Ken.
It has a date for next year. It has a date kind of for the first part of next year around where Starfield is. But
wasn't Avowed on the NVIDIA leak or something? Or I think of something else.
Say that again?
The NVIDIA leak.
Yes. But see, I'm thinking though with the hole that Starfield has created. And I'll just ask you this way. What is Xbox going to fill that hole with? What do you think? I think Avowed may be that. I think they've got to have something, whether it's the Fallout remaster. I don't think that's big enough. I think they're going to have to move something to that
date, yes.
That holiday time for, that U.S. holiday time. Mm-hmm. So Avowed, they're talking about Avowed being bigger than Skyrim. And I'm talking about as a game, not money-wise. I'm talking about the actual map and everything else. Of course, it's a game based on the Pillars of Eternity, if y'all know anything about that series. But it's kind of Elder Scrolls-ish and looks amazing, but I cannot wait to see gameplay. And I do know this. We are going to get extended gameplay from Avowed, whether it's coming this fall or not. But I do think they will tell us a probable release date for it. They're gonna tell us that for Avowed, so we will know by Tuesday whether it's coming. I think we'll know tomorrow whether it's coming this fall or not. but you'll also see gameplay from Avowed. So that's exciting. The other game that's I'm going to say it's a probability, not just a possibility. I think it's a probability of seeing at least a pretty good trailer on, because we've already seen a little teaser thing, is The Outer Worlds 2. Have you heard anything about The Outer Worlds 2?
No.
I don't know if you saw did you see what they put out for The Outer Worlds 2?
The trailer?
Well, it wasn't much of a trailer. It was just kind of the spaceman flying by. It was really short. I mean, it was just a teaser, a very short teaser. But they've already done that. But I do think we'll at least get a trailer for it. And DeMarco dudes, I won't just tell you you're wrong. I'll tell you why I think you're wrong. Xbox, and me and Timmer was actually talking about this before the podcast. Xbox tends to put trailers out longer distance before games than, say, Bethesda has in the past anyway. I mean, you look at some of the games that have already gotten a trailer. I mean, Avowed, we already got a little teaser for it. You know, we already knew about it. There's sometimes 2 and 3 years before. So I think we will get something from The Outer Worlds 2. That's not saying it's coming this year or next year, but I do believe we will get that trailer for it. The third one, there's going to be 3 games, I believe, shown from Obsidian. The third one is, and I always have trouble.
Josh Sawyer game?
Yeah, the Josh Sawyer game is the Pentiment. That's the murder mystery from the 1500s in Europe. Very interesting game. I don't know if y'all are interested in this kind of thing. It's more of a dialogue-based RPG, but I believe we're going to get full gameplay on that one shown. So that's 3. So if you're an Obsidian fan, if you're a older Fallout fan, Fallout New Vegas fan, Josh Sawyer has a lot to show. Okay, real quick, let me make sure I've got all these. Hey, Psycho, what's going on? I'm fixing to start a new game of New Vegas. All right. What is the holiday seller for them? Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah. Timmer is from your neck of the woods, Gonzo. We were talking about you beforehand. He's kind of close anyway. He's one of those neighboring country states over there. Give me the name of your country again, Timmer.
Latvia.
I can't pronounce it. Latvia. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, that's it.
Question for chat. How and where are you guys watching the showcase tomorrow? Let me say this real quick. Tomorrow, I've talked about doing a show following the showcase, and I may still possibly do that. Now that they're going to have 2, I may wait and do one totally after both of them. So just stand by for my channel to announce that. One of the reasons is I'm not going to actually get to watch the showcase while it's live, so I'm not going to be streaming it or anything like that. So I'm actually going to have to watch a rerun of it. So, yeah. One more thing that I want to mention, and we're going to finish up the podcast with any of your questions. Another game that's an absolute for surety that is coming. It's an Xbox game, but I cannot wait for it. It's way back in my genre. It is James Bond GoldenEye. Oh, what a classic game, and it's going to be remastered, and yes, it is going to be shown, and it is coming very, very, very soon. So I can't wait to hear about that game. Now, if you have any question for me or for Timmer, you've got about 5 minutes to get your questions into us. Because it's late and he's got to get his beauty sleep, and he has stayed up for us, and we appreciate him so very, very, very much. Timmer, what in the showcase? I'm gonna just ask you. This is just for grins as they're commenting here in the last 5 minutes.
Gears collection, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us what you know about that.
Gears 6 may launch this year. I'm not sure.
they're also aren't they putting out some kind of the collection? What do you know about that?
I know it's true, but I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or when
Okay.
the shows.
What do you think? What do you think they're going to actually start the showcase with? Do you think they're going to start with Starfield?
With Starfield, yeah.
Or will they end with Starfield? Do you start with a bang or end with a bang?
Start with Starfield, yeah.
And I wonder, are they going to? I have an opinion on this. Do you think they're going to have all Bethesda together, or they're going to have it kind of spread out in?
I think spread out.
Yeah, I do too.
That's what I've kind of.
I do too. So then what do they've got to end the show with a bang too, so do they end the show with Avowed? Is that their two biggies? Would you say that, or is it Halo? What's their biggest games that they're showing?
Maybe a teaser for indie, I guess. I don't know. Unlikely.
I would say their biggest, and y'all would have to tell me, their biggest of tomorrow, I would believe, is Starfield, Avowed, and the new Halo. Is there any bigger that you can think of that? And I'm thinking from Xbox or either that's the biggest I can think of that they're going to show. So I think one of them is going to start it, one of them is going to end it, and one of them is going to be right in the middle, and everything else is going to be. That's the way I would do it anyway. I'd probably put Halo in the middle, Avowed at the end, or Starfield at the first, or you can switch those either way, and then sprinkle everything else in there. That's the way I would do it anyway. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for being here today. Timmer, thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. I hope you enjoyed it.
No, it's been great, King.
Absolutely. Again, if y'all have not followed him on Twitter, please do so. His Twitter link is up at the top of the chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, there's going to be, of course, a link down in the description below as well. So tomorrow, again, the times real quick. It is noon tomorrow. I don't have to look. Noon tomorrow. You can watch it all over the place. If you can't find this thing, then I feel sorry for you. But it's going to be on YouTube. It's going to be on Twitch. It's going to be on the Bethesda channel, the Xbox channel. I mean, it's going to be everywhere. And there's going to be all kinds of people that are going to be live streaming as well. I'm sure. DeMarco Dude, are you live streaming it? Any of our YouTubers that are on here today live streaming it? I'm not.
DeMarco Dude stream, King.
Is he live streaming it tomorrow?
Yeah, he is.
He is live streaming it. Okay, so y'all can watch it there with DeMarco Dude. And y'all can watch it without me. Well, y'all enjoy, and then I hope that we will have a post-show either tomorrow or shortly after, and we will have a reaction show to it. I cannot wait. Thank y'all for spending your Saturday with us. Timmer, thanks again. Y'all go follow Timmer. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody.